This week sees us look at equilibrium in a little bit more detail. From this PowerPoint you need to make notes, and then there is a worksheet that you will need to complete on it. So the key things we will be looking at is a reminder about what equilibrium is, and we will be looking at the factors that affect the position of the equilibrium and why those factors affect the position of equilibrium. It's really important that you are able to explain why, as you will be asked to do this in the exam. We're going to be looking at equilibrium, and just a reminder about what that is. You can only get an equilibrium if you have a reversible reaction. So that is one where the reactants can make the products, but the products can also break down and form the reactants. Now, equilibriums can only occur in a closed system. Now, the easy way to think about this is your bottle of Coke. When you have the lid on it, the carbon dioxide gas is split between the airspace at the top and dissolved within the Coke. But the minute that you open the top of the Coke, then the equilibrium is disturbed. So an equilibrium is when the forward and backwards reactions occur at the same rate in a closed system. Now this looks principally at Le Chatelier's principle. Now he was a scientist who looked at equilibrium and said that if the system is at equilibrium and you make a change to that system, then the system will respond to counteract the change. You will need to know it is called Le Chatelier's principle because they will refer to it as that in the exam. Firstly, we are going to look at the effects of concentration. So we have our reaction here, A plus B will give you C plus D. If I increase the concentration of reactant A, then the system will no longer be at equilibrium, it will no longer be balanced. And so what happens in order to restore the balance is it will make more C and D. If I lowered the concentration instead of A, then it would make more A and B to increase the concentration again. You can change the concentration of both the reactants and the products, and it will have a similar effect on the equilibrium. We're now going to look at temperature. Now, in a reversible reaction, as we learnt last week, one way is endothermic and the other way is exothermic. You will be told this in the exam, or you will be given the overall energy change in the reaction, which we learn about in another topic. If the reaction is endothermic going forward and we increase the temperature, then it will create more products because it will try and reduce the temperature again. If I decrease the temperature, then it will favour the reactants, so it will make less products, because remember, if the forward reaction is endothermic, then the backwards reaction will be exothermic. And obviously vice versa. If the forward reaction is exothermic and I increase the temperature, it will make less products, and if I decrease the temperature, it will make more products. The final thing that we look at is the effect of pressure. Now in this case we're going to use a particular example, and that is the making of ammonia. So to make ammonia, which is used in fertilizers, we need nitrogen and hydrogen. Let's look at the left hand side. How many molecules are there on the left hand side of the equation? We have one molecule of nitrogen and 3 molecules of hydrogen, and we know that because of the numbers in front of the symbols. On the right hand side I have 2 molecules of ammonia. If I increase the pressure, it will always go to the side with the least number of molecules. So in this case, if I increase the pressure, it will make more ammonia, because on the left hand side I've got 4 molecules, 1 nitrogen and 3 hydrogen, and on the right hand side I've only got 2 molecules. And so vice versa, if I decrease the pressure, it will go to the side with the most molecules, so in this case the nitrogen and hydrogen. I would suggest at this point that you pause the video and have a go at the worksheet that you have been set first, before having a go at the exam question. However, it is entirely up to you. The answers for this exam question are on the next slide, so you will need to pause the video. I have also linked in my YouTube channel 2 more videos written by the Fuse School about equilibrium that show in pictures what happens in an equilibrium. So if you are finding this challenging, you might want to have a look at those videos as well.